Hi there, welcome along to our March Pilates. A little bit late, I'm sorry, but I hope you enjoy it, and let's begin. So we'll start just with your feet about hip distance apart, so toes facing forwards, trying to spread the toes a little bit, get a really comfortable position through your feet so you feel balanced. We'll lengthen through the muscles of your legs, and then lifting the shoulders, we'll release them down your spine. As you do that, you can relax your arms by your side. Maybe lift your chin up a little bit and just imagine that string coming through the crown of your head. So we'll start with our breathing. So we're going to breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth if you can. So just a big inhale and then breathing out. So take your time, you don't have to bother trying to lengthen your breath in any way, but it will naturally lengthen as we pay more attention to it. But just allowing the breath to move in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you exhale, as you let the air go, try and maybe feel you could draw your belly in a little bit more. So engaging through the muscles as we create space on that exhale. So we'll take another breath in. As you breathe out, just start to roll your shoulders. So just nice and gently towards the back. And then we'll move towards the front. So just keeping your breath nice and even as you move through these warm-up moves. Do one more. Come back to the center. Inhale here, so sometimes we use that inhale as a preparation, and on the exhale, lift the arms up. This time on the inhale, we'll just press back down again. So breathing out and breathing in, just at your own pace, at your own time. Excellent, we'll do one more. We'll hold the arms up, turn your palms up the way, and then bend your elbows. So you bring your hands in towards your shoulders. As you inhale here, so again, drawing the belly in, start to pull the elbows together. And on the exhale, we'll open up and draw back a little bit through your chest. So inhale to close, exhale to open. Again, just taking your time, making sure your elbows don't drop down too much. Do a couple more. And last one. Now staying out at the side, we'll start to circle the elbows round. So just warming up a little bit through your shoulders, just see how they feel, and then change directions, just moving the opposite way. Come back into the center, take another inhale, and then as you exhale, we're just going to move over towards one side without making the feet line. Inhale to the center, and breathing out, we'll move the other way. So you're just moving just as far as you can go down, just take your time, and try not to lean too far forwards or too far back. Okay, we'll do one more. Come back into the center, release your arms. Maybe give your shoulders a little roll. Take another inhale. As you exhale here, we're just going to bend through your knees. So coming into our squat. Inhale to come up and exhale to lower back down. So the knees stay about hip distance apart. The feet are flat, the belly is in, the chest stays nice and lifted as you do that. We're going to add on just a little bit of work for your back. So take it down on the exhale, hold on the inhale. On your next exhale, try and round your backs as much as you can. Inhale, flat back. So do that again, so exhale, rounding through your spine. Inhale, flatten out the back. This time as you exhale, round your back, and then just roll yourself all the way back up to the top. So inhale at the top, exhale into the squat. Inhale here. As you exhale, round your back, draw your belly in. Inhale, flat back. So exhale to round. Lengthen through your spine. This time as you round, rise all the way back up towards the top. We'll do that one more time. So inhale here, exhale, bring it in. So another big breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, round your back. Inhale, lengthen your spine. So we're not arching the back as we come forward, but we're just trying to stretch it out a little bit. This time, round your back, roll and rise all the way back up towards the top. Okay, when you come up, we'll separate your feet a little wider. Toes still facing forwards here. And then we're going to move over towards the right. So inhale here, and as you exhale, move over towards the left. So inhale and exhale. So we're just moving side to side, just a little stretch through your inner thighs. We'll do this twice more. And then when you come over towards the right side again, we'll just hold here. So as you hold here, the belly is pulled in, the chest is lifted. Maybe you could take one hand to the ground and keep one hand on your leg. Maybe both hands go down, but keep lifting up through your chest. And maybe you want to move that left foot out to the side a little bit more. Just stretching a little bit more deeply in towards that inner thigh. Okay, when you're ready, draw your belly and move to the center, bend both legs, roll back up. Okay, we'll do that again, taking it over towards the left. Inhale here as you exhale over to the right. So again, just moving at your own pace, take your time. Keep your chest lifted and your belly in. Okay, we'll do 2 more. And then when you come to the left side, this time staying over towards the left. Again, hands can stay on the thighs. One hand goes down, both hands go down if you'd like. Maybe you slide that leg a little bit further out to the side. Just see how it all goes. And breathe there. Okay, when you're ready, come back to the middle. Bend your knees, roll and rise all the way back up. And then step your feet in. So we're going to turn side-ons now. So if you want to, we're just moving up towards the top of your mat. You just need to make sure you've got a piece of mat behind you. And when you get there, separate your feet about hip distance apart. So we're drawing the belly in. Take a deep breath in, maybe hands to your hips. As you breathe out, step back just with your right leg. So we're just coming onto the ball of your foot and then step it back in. So moving back and moving in. The left leg is bent a little bit. The weight is generally on that left leg. So there's a little tiny piece of weight on the right leg, but you're not leaning into the right leg. Okay. If you want a little bit more, we'll add some arms. So squeeze your arms in towards your side so the elbows stay in. And as you breathe out, take the leg back, extend through your arms and pull them back in. So the upper arm doesn't move here. You're moving through the lower arm and you're working through the back of your arm. If you want to, you could add on a knee lift. So as you come in, lift your knee up. So we push back and knee lift. So just see how that goes. Again, you don't have to do the knee lift. You can always step it in. You can leave out the arms. You want a bit more as you go back. Rather than touching the ground, we're just going to reach back with the foot and then bring it back into that knee lift. So reaching back and knee lift. Okay, do that a couple more times and you can always touch down if you need to. Do one more. And this time lift the knee, hold. Either keep the hands where they are or reach them up. And just holding there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down, relax. You can stay exactly where you are. I'm just going to go to the other edge just so you can see. So separate your feet, draw your belly in, hands towards your hips. As you breathe out, left foot steps back. Breathing in, bring it in. So bending into your right leg, weight in the right leg. Good, so pushing back and bring it in. If you want to, glue your arms towards your sides. Push back, work your triceps and draw it in. So a little bit of work in the biceps. If you keep that tight as you come in. Now stay with that. If you want to, you can lift your knee up. So take it back, lift through the knee. So pushing back, that knee lifts. Again, you have to lift the knee up, or maybe you just lift it a little. And then if you want a little bit more than that, just reaching back with your foot. Bring it into the knee lift. So pushing back, knee up. Okay, well done. Okay, we'll do a couple more. And then lift up and hold up. Keep the hands here or reach them up. Again, relax the shoulders. Draw your belly in. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that. Okay, from there, we'll have a little seat. So you're still at the end of your mat. So you've still got a piece of mat behind you. We're going to start just by rounding your spine a little bit. So if you have your feet flat on the floor, toes facing forward, try not to let the knees drop in or out, so we're keeping them under control. Lift through your spine so you've got a straight line from your shoulder towards your hip, and have the hands just back on front of the thigh or in front of the knee or the shin. So we're keeping the arms bent and we're just trying to round your spine. So we're not trying to go back, so we don't want the arms to lengthen. They will stay the same length. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, draw your belly in, try and round your back as much as you can. Breathing in, come back up. And try and keep the head still. So we're not moving the head, but we're rounding as much as we can in our spine and then coming back up again. We'll do that twice more. And last one. And then continuing with that, we're going to take your hands now behind the back of your thighs. So this time we'll combine the rounding of your back with the movement back. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, tilt your pelvis this time, round your back and move back. So you've got the arms lengthening a little bit. Breathing in, come back up again. So do that again. So breathing out, breathing in. Well done. So you can stay with this, with the hands behind the back of your thighs. If you want a little bit more, release your hands. And as you breathe out, roll back, and you could maybe go a bit further. Breathing in, coming back up again. So breathing out, breathing out. Again, stay with that. If you want to, when you go back the next time, you're going to reach your right arm back. So it's just going to come to your shoulder. Come back up again on the in-breath. So breathing out, pull it back. So you might just keep going just with that right arm. If you want a little bit more, as you go back, extend the arm back. So take it behind you, bring it back in and rise back up. So breathing out, go back, pull the arm, reach it behind you, bring it around and come back up. So see how that feels. And again, you can always have a rest whenever you want. If you want a little bit more than that, both arms go round. So round towards that right side, bring it back up, rise up. So breathing out, take it back, take it round, coming up. Okay, and this time if you want to, as you come around, both arms, palms facing down, teeny little tiny pulse, breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last thing, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done, slowly release, come back up again. Okay, from there, we'll change to the other side. So again, you just stay exactly where you are, just swing around. So feet hip distance, lift up through the pelvic floor, draw your belly in, hands either behind the back of your thighs or reaching forward. So shoulders over hips, deep breath in. As you breathe out, start to roll back. Breathing in, start to come back up. And you can always keep your hands on your thighs if that feels better to you. If you want to, you can reach back with your left arm. So bringing it back, maybe in line with your shoulder, pull it back forward. So breathing out and in. If you want to stay with that, then do that. Otherwise, come back and then reach it to the back. Sweep it all the way around and come back up. So take it back, sweep forwards and rise up. Now again, just work where you can. If you need a little rest, take it. And this time, if you want to bring both arms round, so take it back, both arms round, bring them back in and rise back up. So breathing out. Okay, well done. And then this time, if you want to, coming back round, hold here, hands down, little teeny tiny pulse. Good, breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, last thing, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done, release, come back up. Excellent. Okay, we're going to move your legs now. So take your hands behind you, so just use them to support you. Make sure you feel quite comfortable there. Feet flat on the ground. Deep breath in again, so draw your belly up and in. As you breathe out here, you might just lift one leg up. So as you breathe out, one leg extends forward, breathing into bend. And as you breathe out, change legs. If you want a little bit more, both legs can lift and then lower down. If you want to, you could lift your legs up, but then just kind of hover them on the way down. Okay, just see how that feels. So breathing out, breathing out. Again, you could stay with this, just to the center, one leg, both legs. If you want to, we can go to the side. So as you breathe out, we move the legs to the side, back into the center. We'll go up to the middle, and then we'll go to the other side. Okay, so breathing out, over to the side, back to the center, and over to the other side. And if you want to leave out the center, we just go side to side. Good. So side to side. Just 2 more. And last one. And well done. Okay, you can release forwards. Big ol' rest. We're going to lower down towards the mat now. If you do want to, you could use a roll back again. So sitting upright. If you just want to take yourself back onto the mat and do that, reach your hands forward. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, lowering down. So as you come onto your mat, make sure your feet are quite close towards your hips. Hip distance apart, so toes facing forward. Try to align your spine a little bit. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we'll tilt the pelvis so the pubic bone moves towards your belly button. As you breathe in, move your hips back, arch your back a little bit. So breathing out, tilt forward and up. Breathing in, move back and arch your back. And then we're just going to use this movement forwards and back to try to find our neutral spine, which is in the middle of these 2 moves. So we start to make the movement slower and smaller. We start to come back into the center. As you come into the middle, stop your movement, hold there, lift the pelvic floor, and try and draw your belly button towards your spine. Interlink your fingers behind the back of your head, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lift your upper body up off the ground. Breathing in, lower it. Breathing out to come back up. So we're just lifting and lowering with the elbows back, with your chin away from your chest. Maybe you don't go all the way back down to the ground, but breathing out, breathing in. And as you breathe out, remember, we want to try and draw the belly button a little bit closer towards your spine. So we're pulling in and connecting with the muscles in your abdomen and in your back. Okay, we'll do 2 more. And last one. Well done. Okay, release down. This time we'll do the legs. So deep breath in again, still in neutral spine, still with the belly in, pelvic floor lifted. As you breathe out, right leg extends away, not touching the ground here. Breathe in, bring it back in, and breathing out, change sides. So we're lengthening, we're stretching through the leg. We're keeping it pretty close to the ground as you move. And then if you want to add the arms, you're going to stretch the hands up above your shoulders. The palms are facing in, opposite arm to leg. So as you breathe out and the leg moves forward, the opposite arm moves back. As you breathe in, we bring it back in. So breathing out, breathing in. And it doesn't really matter where your arm goes. You have to take it to the ground, for example, but try and get a sense of stretching. Remember, there's always one arm up towards the ceiling and the other arm is moving back. So we're creating length between your toes and the opposite hand. Breathing out, breathing in. Okay. And we'll do 2 more. And last side. And well done. Okay, slowly release. Arms all the way down. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, extend your right leg away again. Now this time we're going to lift and lower through your right leg. If you point your toes, lift it up just to level with your bent knee, and then flex your foot to lower it. So point the toes to lift, flex the foot to lower. So again, we're being really precise about the movement that we want. We're being controlled about it. We're trying to move from the center of our body, so drawing the belly in, try and use that. And then if you want to, you could take your hands and link your fingers behind the back of your head. And as you breathe out, lift the upper body as you lift your leg, flex your foot, lower it down. So try to coordinate the lift and the lower, but just see how it feels. If you want to leave the upper body out at all, then please do. We're going to add a sideways movement on. So as you breathe out, come up, move your leg out to the side, just a little way, draw it back into the center and lower it down. So breathing out, lift, move to the side, draw it back in, lower it down. If you want a bit more, add some more arms. So as you breathe out, take it up, extend the arms out as you extend your leg out, bring it back in and lower it back down. So breathing out, lift, extend out to the side, back into the middle and lower. We'll do 2 more like that. So again, you can modify it and just take what you want from it. Last one. Well done. Now this time bring your leg back in. So you've still got your knees in line, feet hip, or the legs about hip distance. Stretch your arms over your head. Breathing in, arms over the shoulders. As you breathe out, lift your upper body, reach your hands towards your legs. A single leg teaser. Breathing in and out to come back down. So breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now you can stay with that. If you want a little bit more, as you breathe out, you come up to sitting. So the in-breath, breathing in, breathing out. So lift, in, and out. We'll do 2 more. And last one, whatever version. And well done. Release down, maybe draw your knees in towards your chest, and we'll change sides. So both feet flat, in neutral spine, lift the pelvic floor, breathe out, stretch your left leg away. Deep breath in, so prepare everything. As you breathe out, point your toes to lift, flex the foot to lower. Breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. Work at your own pace, but keep it exact, keep it kind of flowing. And then interlink your fingers, hands behind the back of your head. As you breathe out and lift your leg, lift the upper body. Breathing in to lower down. And in. Now again, you can stay with that. If you want a little bit more, when you come up, move your leg out to the side. Squeeze the inner thigh, bring it back in and lower down. So point the toes, squeeze and take out. You can flex your foot or point on that one if you want to. So breathing out. And then if you want to add these more with the upper body, lift, extend the arms out, bring them back in, lower them down. So lift, extend, pull it in and lower. 2 more. Excellent. And last one. Well done. Now keep your leg lifted. Extend your arms overhead. Breathing in, arms over your shoulders. Breathing out. Lift the upper body. Reach towards the bent leg and the straight leg. Breathing in, breathing out. So lift. And again, if you want to come up to sitting, if you want a little bit more, then just move up. Breathing in, breathing out. But work where you can. Okay, we'll do 2 more like that. And last one. Well done. Slowly release, relax, draw your knees in towards your chest. Now from there, we're going to do some leg lowers. So mostly we've been doing some leg lifts there. So if we come in again, still with your lower back in that neutral spine, pelvic floor lifted, belly in. Now option-wise, you can keep one foot flat on the ground here. And as you breathe out, extend through your right leg. So your right leg now goes straight up towards the ceiling. You can bend it a little bit if you need. We lower it. So we're going to flex your foot. You're going to inhale to lower. And as you breathe out, you're going to point your toes and lift up. If you want a little bit more into like your fingers again, hands behind the back of your head, lift the upper body. This time, just keep it lifted. Breathing in, breathing out. So in and out. So any issues with your low back, I see the back. If you want a little bit more, both legs extend up. Still with that chest lift. Breathing in, we lower one leg. Breathing out to lift. And then we alternate. So again, you just work where you can. Keeping one foot flat on the floor if that suits you better. Okay, we'll do 2 more. So if you're doing one leg, you're going to change legs. If you want to, you could try a double leg lower and lift. Again, if it doesn't suit you, you don't do it. And I wouldn't do hundreds of these. They're quite difficult. So if you wanted to, you could intersperse it. Do 2 singles and then a double. Okay, last set. And that double. And well done. Slowly release, draw your knees in towards your chest. Now this time we're going to do a single straight leg stretch. So the legs are going to go up towards the ceiling again. If you want, as an option, bend your knees. Okay, so just see how that goes. Just have your knees over your hips and you can definitely do it from there. So if your legs are bent or your legs are straight, the hands are going to go behind the back of one thigh. With the leg that you're not holding, again, you can flex it a little bit if you want. And you can also lift your upper body. So if you want to, you could breathe out, lift your chest, move your hands up towards your calf or your ankle on that leg. Breathing in here. As you breathe out, flex and lower the foot down to the ground. Breathing in, 2 little pulses on the leg you're holding. Breathing out, change legs. Breathing in, pulse, pulse. Breathing out to change. Breathing into pulse, pulse. Now keep that going. If you wanted to, you could bend the leg. So we exchange legs, pulse, pulse. Extend the leg on the out breath. Breathing in, pulse, pulse. So we're just pushing it away and we're drawing the other leg in. So work where it feels right to you. If you want a little bit more, you are working with the straight leg. Then as you do your inhale and pull it in, just press that straight leg further down so it actually touches the ground. So breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Okay, a couple more times. Now you can stay with this. If you want a little bit more, then change both on the in breath as well as the out breath. And we no longer do the double pulse, but we just gently pull the leg in. And maybe you press your other leg down to the ground, but work where you can. And then if you want to, you could speed it up with a puffy breath and tap the back of the leg. But work where you can, keep really stable on your mat. Good, last set. And 4 more. And well done. So release, relax, draw your knees in. Rest. Excellent. Now, from there, we're going to come in and we'll do a little bit through our bridge work. So we'll have your feet flat onto the ground here. Feet hip distance, toes facing forwards, still in our neutral spine position. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, tilt your pelvis forward and up. And then start to just peel your hips off the ground a little. Breathing in, lower your hips and release the tilt. Do that again. So breathe out, tilt your pelvis, curl and lift your hips. Maybe you lift a little bit of your low back off the ground. Breathing in, lower down through the low back and the hips. Release the tilt. Coming more into a bridge, breathing out, tilt your pelvis, curling up, and start to keep moving up. So you're coming up maybe through the middle of your back, maybe to your upper back or your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, lowering down one tiny bit at a time, coming all the way back down through the hips, release the tilt. Breathe in. As you breathe out, moving back up again. Breathing in. As you breathe out, lowering back down. So keep going with that. So we're trying to encourage the natural curve of our spine by curling up one bit at a time and by layering it back down one bit at a time. As you come up, think about pushing your knees away. So pushing the front of your knees away, lifting your hips up high. Breathing in, lower back down. Okay, we'll do 2 more like that. And if you want to, you can just stay on this moving bridge. Otherwise, on the next one, you're going to lift and hold up at the top. Again, you might just stay here, just holding here. You can move your hands, you can keep your hands on the ground. And if you want to extend your leg, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just extend your right leg. Now, as you breathe in, we're going to start to move the leg. So breathing in to prepare. As you breathe out, point your toes to the left, just level with your knee. Flex your foot lower to the ground if you can. So left and lower. Don't go all the way down, but you do want to keep your hips pretty level here. So we're not letting the hips kind of drop down. We're not letting it go to one side, but we're keeping it pretty level. Do 2 more. And on the last one, just lift up and hold up. So just hold here, squeezing everything. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release your foot down. Take a breath in. You should still be pretty high. As you breathe out, lower yourself back down. Okay, we'll try that on the other side. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, tilt your pelvis, start to lift, rising up. Take another breath in. As you breathe out, we'll extend through your left leg. So again, it's pretty close to the ground. Your hips are high. Point your toes to lift as you breathe out. Flex your foot to lower as you breathe in. So lift and lower. So we're keeping the hips high. We're not moving the leg too much. We're keeping it under control. Do 2 more. Last one. Lift and hold. So just holding up here. Give everything a little squeeze. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So release your foot. Deep breath in. Lower back down on the out breath. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Okay, we're going to do a little leg circle now. So we're going to keep your right knee in, extend your left leg so it's on the ground and it's pressing quite firmly towards the ground. We want to try and draw the belly in. We want to try and keep the hips nice and still. And we're going to release the right leg back a little bit. So we release it forwards, I should say. So your knee is over your hip and there's a straight line out towards your ankle. We're just going to move side to side, but we want to keep the hips still. So there's no upper body here. You can use your hands just on your hips to make sure that they stay still. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, move over towards the left a little. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, over towards the right. So you're just kind of seeing how far you can move without affecting your hips or indeed any of the rest of your body. You want to try and keep it still. Now we're going to create a circle. So we'll go over to the left, move down, over to the right and back up. So you can imagine you've got a little pencil stuck on the end of your knee and you're drawing this circle in the ceiling. You try and breathe in at one half and breathe out on the other half. Keep that going. If you want a little bit more, extend your leg up to the ceiling. Still drawing that circle, breathing in and breathing out. And if you want a little bit more than that, you can make it bigger. So you can start to maybe sweep over the other leg and all the way out to the side. It's up to you. Just need to be able to keep the rest of your body still. Change directions. Again, small or big, it's up to you. Breathing in on one half, breathing out in the other. Keeping everything else as still as you can. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Well done. Slowly release, bend your knees, draw them in. We'll change sides. So left knee in, right leg extending away, pressing down, pulling in, lifting the pelvic floor, drawing your belly in. Release your left leg forwards a little bit. knee over hip, straight line out towards your ankle. Breathing in, as you breathe out, move over towards the right. Breathe in and out towards the left. So again, just check it out. See how far you could go without moving anything else. Then create the circle. So move over, move down, over to the side and back up. Breathing in on one half, breathing out in the other, keeping your leg bent if that's what you wish, or extend your leg and keep going. And you can point your toes, you can flex your foot, but make sure you're moving from the top of your thigh. If you want to go bigger, start to move across the leg, out to the side a little bit more, keep everything else still. Well done. Change direction when you're ready. Breathing in, breathing out. Small or big, it doesn't matter. You work where you work. Breathing in, breathing out. 2 more. And last one. And we're done. Slowly release, stir your knees in, maybe take a little movement. Now from there, roll over onto your side. So we're going to work a little bit through your side. So as you come onto your side, we're going to use the back edge of your mat here. So you want to try to align your bottom arm, also your spine, you want to align that. And then straighten both legs and move them slightly in front. So you've got a kind of an odd shape with your body, but the upper body is really straight and then the legs come at an angle. Bend your bottom arm if you'd like, or keep it there. You can always use a block under your head and bring that arm forward if you want. Top hand can stay there or take it away. Bottom leg can stay on the ground or you float it up. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just lift your top leg up. Breathing in to lower it, breathing out to lift up. So we're just lifting and lowering, not too high, just trying to keep ourselves on our side, keep our hips stacked, keep the belly pulled in still, lifting through the pelvic floor. Now lift your top leg up. We're going to move to the front and back. The deep breath in, as you breathe out, move forwards a little bit, breathe into the middle and move back. So breathing in forwards. Good. And again, just take your time. From here, we're going to then take that circle again. So we'll move forward first, take the leg up, move it to the back and down. Breathe in on one half, breathe out in the other half. And again, if you want to stay with this smaller movement, you just stay with it. If you want to go bigger, start to make the movement bigger. But make sure you're staying still. So there's no movement in the hip. We've got the leg under control. Change direction. So maybe you start small and slow. Okay, take your time. Work where you can. Maybe you make that movement a little bit bigger. Again, does it feel right? Can you still keep everything still? Are you drawing your belly in? 2 more. Last one. And well done. Slowly release, bend your knees, push yourself up. So we're just going to come into a forearm position. So we've got your shoulder over your elbow, elbow to the wrist. And start to move down and up through this. So this is our picnic shoulder, where we just make sure that we aren't here, but we're actually in the more lifted position. So lift yourself up. Bend your knees, so you can bring your knees slightly in front of you. And then start to lift through your side body, so you're not dipping down here. And you're pushing up and out of your shoulder and you're drawing the belly in. As you breathe out, you might just move your top arm over, breathing in to bring it back. You might push and lift your hips up, breathing in to lower down. So breathing out, breathing in. The hips lift up, the hips lower down. Now stay with that. If you want a little bit more, you could take your top foot and place it just in front of your bottom knee or shin. And as you breathe out, lift the hips up and lower it down. So breathing out, hips lift and lower. If you want a little bit more, you walk your feet slightly further away. The legs are still bent here. And this is kind of a banana side plank. So as you push up, the hips want to lift up higher. Breathing in, lower down. Breathing out, the hips lift, breathing in, lower. We'll do 2 more. Hips. And last one. And hold. So last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down, bend your legs, come up to sitting. So we'll do that on the other side. So take your time, move yourself around. So again, as you come around, just using the back edge of your mat here. Align your arm, align your spine. So you're in a straight line with the upper body. In that top arm, straighten your legs, move them forward. So again, try to align your hips, belly pull down, side body lifting. Maybe you take your top hand away, maybe you lift your bottom leg. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, top leg lifts and lowers. So just that movement through the side body, keeping everything else as still as you can. Okay, well done. Do 2 more. And then lift your leg up, hold it. This time we'll move to the front and back. So breathing in, as you breathe out, move forwards a little. Breathing in and breathing out, move back a little. So just that side to side movement, checking out on our hips, making sure we're keeping everything else nice and still, belly in. Start to circle around. So move forward, lift up, take it to the back and down. So again, stay small. Breathe in on one half, breathe out in the other. And only if you feel ready, make it bigger. So lift, circle, round. Good. Well done. Okay, we'll change direction. So maybe you start small when you change. Maybe you go straight into the big ones. It's up to you. 2 more. Well done. And then when you're ready, that big circle round, up and round. Excellent. 2 more. Last one. And well done. Slowly release, bend your knees, press yourself up. So as you come up, coming onto your forearm again, bend your knees a little bit, make sure they're pretty stacked. As you breathe out, maybe just lifting up through that top arm, breathing into lower. So making sure you're pushing up and out of your shoulder, we're not sinking into it. Good. And then if you want to lift your hips, push them up, release down. Breathing out, breathing in. Now stay with that. If you want to, you can take that foot, so just in front, so you kind of create a figure 4 position with your legs. So it's not too low down, make sure it's beside the knee and the shin. Breathing out, lift through your hips and lower down. Keeping that bottom leg down, lift the hips and lower. Good. Now stay with that. If you want a little bit more, or a lot more it is actually, moving the foot, so the foot is kind of in front of, but in line with the other foot. So your top foot is flat. Breathing out, push, lift your hips, breathing into lower. So breathing out, push the hips, lift. Excellent. Do a couple more. And on this last one, lift up and hold up. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that. Relax. Well done. Okay, we'll come over onto your front. So take your time moving over onto your front. As you come on, just have your hands underneath your head so you can cross your arms over. Drop your head down, separate your feet hip distance apart. So when you get there, your pubic bone you want to press down gently, and your belly button you want to lift up a little bit. Just rest your head, and as you breathe out, just lift one straight leg up. Breathing into lower, breathing out to lift. So we're not trying to lift the hips too much. We're lengthening through the leg. We're lifting a little bit of the upper thigh. It doesn't have to be that high. And then if you want to add your arms, stretch them overhead, maybe drop the forehead down, opposite arm to leg. So as you breathe out, lift. As you breathe in, lower. So breathing out, breathing in. Now keep going with that. If you want a little more, lift your chest up. So as you breathe out, lift the chest as you lift the arm and leg, breathing into lower. So breathing out, breathing in. Just see how that feels as you stretch all the way from your hand down towards your feet. Good. Okay, we'll do a few more of these. Again, with or without the arms, lifting and stretching and lowering down. Like that. 2 more times. And last one. Now this time again, bend your arms back and drop your head back down. And this time, if you can, lift both legs at the same time. So as you breathe out, lift. As you breathe in, lower down. So breathing out, breathing in. Now from here, if you want to, you can lift both legs up, hold them, and then paddle your feet up and down. So that little swimming action. And if you want a bit more, stretch your arms out in front and use your arms as well. And then maybe add that breathe in. So you're going to breathe in again. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, and in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, and in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, and in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Last in 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Releasing the laps all the way down, drop your head down, you bend your knees here, and just gently sway them side to side. Okay, so we're going to come in, we're going to do a little baby swan movement here. So you can bring your arms quite wide. The arms are going to be in an L-shaped position. Thread your fingers. And then if you look down towards the mat, just imagining there's a little marble there. Come behind it with your nose, roll it forwards. Start to draw your shoulders back, lifting up through your forehead and your nose. Breathing in, release down. So breathing out, rolling forwards, rising up. Breathing into lower back down. And you can stay with that if you want a little bit more. Walk your hands back, but also in a little bit so they come more just under your shoulders. Draw your elbows in towards the side of your body. Still with the marble, move behind it, roll it forward, draw the shoulders, lift up, and lower back down. Again, just work where it feels right. Drawing the shoulders back, lifting up, breathing in to lower back down. Now you can definitely stay with that. If you want to, we're coming into a little swan dive press, which is called a kind of catch. So as you breathe out, we move up and then we lift the hands up off the ground. The legs might lift a little bit, hands go down and release down. We're breathing out, roll forwards, lift the hands, release the hands, lower down. And again, you could just stay with the first one, so you don't have to do any of this. If you wanted from there, you could reach the hands forward as well. So as you breathe out, you draw the shoulders back, lift up, lift the hands, reach them forward, bring them back in, and lower back in. So breathing out, draw the shoulders back, hands lift and reach. The legs might lift and lower down. We'll do that twice more. Lift, back in, and release. Last one. And slowly release all the way down. Maybe just bend your arms in. Maybe move your legs again. Just release the lower back. Excellent. Okay, from there, we'll come up and we'll stretch your back a little bit. So move your hands under your shoulders. Press yourself up to an all fours position. So walk your knees in. When you get there, deep breath in. We're just doing a cat stretch here. So as you breathe out, rounding through your upper back and your shoulders. As you breathe in, come to a flat back, so we're not dipping down at all. So breathing out, rounding in again, breathing into that flat back. Do that twice more. And last one. Well done. Okay, from there, walk your hands back towards your knees. Have a little seat towards the front. So you can bring your legs either cross-legged or just having your feet wide and your knees high is sufficient. So we'll come in for a little rotation. So as you come in, we'll just move round towards the right. So left hand on your right knee, right fingertips behind you. Use the right fingertips to lengthen and draw yourself round using that left hand. On the inhale, move back into the middle. And as you breathe out, we'll come round towards the other side. So moving through that when you're ready, inhale to the center. Breathing out, moving round. Inhale, center, breathing in. Do that twice more. And last one. Back to the center. Reaching out through your arms. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, right hand down, left arm stretches over. Breathing into the middle, moving the other way. Well done. Do that again. And last one. Come back to the center. Relax through your arms. Lower your chin to your chest. Breathing into the middle. As you breathe out, just take it over to one side. And then move the other way. Back into the center. Maybe a little roll with your shoulders. And towards the front. Very nice. Okay, well done. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you for April.